Hi everybody, sanibonani, welcome to my channel. Igama lami nguNtando Mdletshe, and on this channel siyaye sifunde incwadi ezibhalwe ngolimi lwethu lesiZulu bese siza la sokhuluma ngazo le incwadi. Sixoxele laba phela abangenaso isikhathi sokuthi bayifunde incwadi kanye nalaba futhi abasuke benqena nje ukufunda. Siyaphinda futhi sibuka ama reality shows ethu ala eMzansi bese siza la sokhuluma ngawo lama shows, senza ama reviews ama-recaps bese siyaphinda futhi sikhuluma nga-any other issues avukayo uma ngabe lama shows sesiwabukile kwi-TV. Uma ngabe uyaqala ukusijoyina namhlanje and you happen to like our content, ungakhohlwa ukuthi upresse usubscribe button la ngezansi bese uyaphinda futhi upressa i-notification bell eduze kuka-subscribe ukuze phela uthole umyalezo uma ngabe umsebenzi omusha sesiwufakile. Kanti-ke kanjalo uma ufuna ukuba yimember yale channel, please press ujoin button la ngezansi bese uyajoyina ke njengemember ye-channel. Kanti uma ngabe ubuka ama-live premieres ethu, unayo i-chance yokuthi udonate to the channel by pressing the $ esuke ikhona la in the chat section. Kanti futhi uma ufuna ke ukubonga kule channel, you can press is it super thanks button la ngezansi ukuze phela ubonge kwi-channel if that's what you wanna do. Other than that, guys, please watch the adverts. Watching the adverts is as good as donating to the channel, because I do make money from you watching ama adverts. Namhlanje na ke senza i-review ye-episode yethu ebizwa ngokuthi i-Twice as Bold. I-show yethu ebizwa ngokuthi Twice as Bold. It's about amawele laphana owami no olwethu. I think honestly, you guys, this was the most interesting episode to me. More interesting than any other episode that I've watched kule show lena. There is certain issues that I'm having with the formatting of this show, but again, I think kunama ngathi ama-characters or are they cast members too? I don't know if they're really cast members, but they are, because they are on the show that they are introducing that I really like. I like the introduction of the sister-in-law. I like ukuthi, and then we get to see not only the relationship between their sister-in-law, them and the sister-in-law, but we also see a relationship yabantwana babo with the sister-in-law. I also like that they have taken advice yokuthi bahambe bayobona psychologist with umawabo, so because I really am interested in that relationship, that mother-daughter's relationship, just understanding also why it is the way that it is, and if there is any chance of them ever working things out as mother and daughters, because I really think that they really could have a really great relationship. But we know what's a relationship between mama and amadodakazi, sometimes it doesn't work, it doesn't work all the time. So I don't know, but I'm just interested to follow this journey when it comes to them. So when the episode begins, the scene is both the twins balala ngeshempete nowodwa, because these twins are just like one person. They have the same bedroom. I cannot, like, for the life of me, I really cannot believe that there's somebody out there that never feels like I need my own space, I need my own bedroom. Even when you have a partner, sometimes you'll be thinking, can I just have my own bedroom? But balala benza everything that when they dress the same, I cannot believe it. That's what fascinates me about them, honestly. I wonder if there's ever going to be a time where they just live, even if it's just an experiment, maybe for just a week, where they just live two different lives and see how that goes. But they sleep on the same bed, obviously, in their bedroom. And so mabevuka ekuseni, they're talking about the fact that ubaba umnisi, remember umnisi ngikhulume ngayo last week, and I was like, I'm not sure ukuthi ubaba umnisi kahle uyini kuma twins, is he a boyfriend or just a sponsor? And one of my viewers pointed out ukuthi ngathi lo baba umnisi uke washada no, the late Ulokuzana Umshoza. I haven't looked into that, you guys, but I need to look into it. Apparently, it's the same ex-husband, the late Umshoza, but I'll look into that too. I didn't know anything about who he was, honestly, even when I saw him, because ngangakaze ngize ngimnake lowo muntu. But yes, Ubaba Mnisi sound like it's one of their sponsors who is supposed to also be a boyfriend, but they are in this casual relationship. So I guess one twin is feeling like a relationship yabo nobaba Mnisi is on the terms zikababa Mnisi, and they feel like whenever he wants to see them, he will see them, but it's not like they can just decide kusibona they miss him, they want to see him, and they feel like ngathini iseva yena ubaba Mnisi more than it saves the twins, and one of the twins feels like they should just cut the relationship off. But one twin is feeling this is the one of the few times where they actually have different opinions, because the other twin feels like no, but it's okay to just have him as a backup. Like they're talking about the fact that sometimes they do events and they need sponsors, and he's one of the sponsors that they get. I don't know if he himself sponsors their events or he is the one that connects them with people that sponsor the events, but anything that has to do with sponsorship is what makes the twins keep him around. So one twin is feeling like no, it's okay, even if kungekona ukuthi simbona njalo, but we know ukuthi there are times when we need him. So they agree ukuthi and they're going to keep him, even though the one twin feels like Umnisi controls the relationship because he's the one with the money in the relationship, so he controls when they get to see him and all of them, and she's feeling like they're just puppets when it comes to him. Kodwa they end up concluding ukuthi no, it's okay, they will just keep him as he is. They will contact him when they need a sponsor, meaning that when they need money. So then one twin does say and then she likes the fact that the twin that is saying they must keep Umnisi. She says she likes Umnisi because Umnisi has never said that she wants a serious relationship. He was coming out of a marriage himself. They were coming out of a marriage. He said they just need someone to have fun with, and he was straightforward with them. He never lied to them. So she feels like there is an advantage. You could see at least he did not lie. He was a straight talker, and he told them the truth, and that's what he's been giving them, what he said he was going to give them. So then they decide the next scene, they decide that they're going to call the Biella twins. The Biella twins, those boys that they went on a date with Lapayana Maimane, and they wanna meet up again. So they make an appointment and they meet. They're going to meet up with the Biella twins, but this time instead of Usbaiga Maimane, the twins invite them to a restaurant in Sensen, which is quite different from the My Money vibe. And the twins, the guys say go to the twins, they wanted them to see how they react to them being taken to Guamaiman. Now they want to see them environment different, which is a Sensen. So I can't figure out, guys, whether the Biella boys are my money boys or they are Sentin boys, because I feel like the twins are more Sentin. They are more Sentin girls, But I did like last week, the twins were not judgmental about going to go my mind bahamba badla uphuthu ngesandla badla ilokhuzana badla inyama yeskopo and all of that, and now they're in Sensen. So then the conversation goes into, I guess they're trying to figure out is there more into this relationship. I don't know if I should just say this relationship or ngithi is there more into these relationships, because there's 4 people involved kule relationship, but they're talking about whether there should be more. And then one of the twins, I still don't know who is Owami, who is Always. So I've been trying to figure that one out. But between the 2 twins, there's one twins that seem to look like or show more of a gift yomoya, and the twin says ugogo wabo. So she was speaking as if ugogo wama twins that is speaking to the twins, to the Biella twins, and he says ukuthi, she says, the twin says ukuthi ugogo uthi they are the twins, the girls are not suitable for the Biellas because the Biellas seem to be the kind of girls that want a respectful women who dress a certain way and bona abagqoki ingubo ezimfishane, sometimes they show Izisu and all of that, as we have seen the way that they dress. I think they dress nice, you guys. It's just that bayithanda izinto emfishane and bayithanda nokuveza izisu. But they've got stomachs ezingakhonjiswa, not like us. So ugogo is saying that the Biella twins are looking for someone respectful, ozoba umfazi ohloniphayo, ogqoka a certain way, and that is not the twins. And bafile ngathi it's not a suitable combination between the two of them, which honestly, because but ushilo, the guys did say kahle to be honest, when they were doing the diary session, they say you know what, if we are being honest, vele asizithanda izinto emfishane, asizithanda izinto ezikhombisa umzimba, which means ukuthi vele the twin was right in saying ukuthi ugogo uthi you guys are looking for umuntu ogqokayo, umuntu okavarishayo, and we are not like that, and the twins did confirm, yeah, we are like that. So they all conclude to go to, a relationship between them wouldn't work, but it doesn't stop them from being friends. But one of the twins, the Biella twins, the guy says, one thing about amadlozi is that, yeah, it's important to go to uwalalele, but amadlozi ayancengwa sometimes. If you have a desire, if amadlozi don't think something is a good idea, but you have a desire, wena, you can beg amalokhuzana, you can appease them somehow, ukuthi bavumelane nawe ukuthi no, this is something that I really want to do, help me to make it work. So he feels like if they wanted to make it work, bona, they could make it work. I honestly feel like these twins will have to have a lot of money if they wanted these twins, because it looks like they're really looking for somebody with lots of money. And if you're looking for someone, if ufuna unkosikazi ogqokayo, ukavarishayo and all of that, there's no point in even initiating a relationship with somebody that doesn't do that, because already that is going to cause problems in your relationship. But I like that they peacefully just came to that conclusion that, maybe we are not a good match for these reasons. But obviously the guys are still gonna be feeling like maybe we are a good match because the twins are hot, and maybe they wanted to have to continue and have some experiences with the twins before they call it quits, even though they already could see that these are not people that they could marry, for an example. But the date goes well still, it doesn't discourage them from going on with the date. And but the conclusion is that our lifestyles are different, the relationship wouldn't work. And there was a date, you guys, it went well, but that's it means that they're not going to be boyfriends and girlfriends. And the twins Gabona said, because no, they can treat them like brothers. They're not even friend zoning them, they are family zoning. So the twins were family zoned, not friend zoned, because they were like, no, from now on we'll just treat them like they are our brothers. I think there will be a really good relationship for them to have without any romantic relations. And I think that they should continue being friends, honestly, or family, like they say. And then the next scene, they're going to see a psychologist, Elsie Mpahlele, before, just the two of them, the twins, but this time they are with their mother. Umawabo, guys, is very humble. I do think that Umawabo has had things that she has gone through that has made her just have this wall where even when she's supposed to show emotions, she doesn't. Even when people are showing emotions around her, it looks like it doesn't affect her. Maybe it does, but she just looks like she's not affected. But I really think that she's trying. The fact that she's there to do the session with the twins, and we know how explosive explosive, hey, what's the word? The twins can be, because they do exploit. Hey, I think again say. So now, okay, so they show up, the twins are there and their mom. And I guess go to the twins. Honestly, I think that the approach that they had, the twins, is really good. You know, like it's important, especially when it comes to relationships with parents, to manage your expectation. And one of the things that our parents hardly ever do is to say sorry. You know, abazali abaxolisi a lot of the times. And I think when the session started, in the diary session, the one twin said, because you know what, at this point, I'm just going to do my part, whether my mom says sorry or not about the things that happen. At this point, like, it's okay whether we get the apology or not. At some point, we just really have to move on with our lives. And I think that that is a good thing to do, because then if you go into the session expecting an apology and you don't get it, then that might hurt your feelings. It's good to say, you know what, let's just see how the session goes. Whether we get the apology or not, it's okay. And when the session starts, like, the twins just started by apologizing them. They're apologizing for the wrong words that they've used. Kumawabo, they apologize for the fact that they've told their mom. At some point, they said that their mom is like dead. They said she's dead to them. They're saying that those words were wrong. But that they've uttered, directed at their mom because of the anger that they had. And Umama Nabo speaks, and she says, you know what, when I think about it, honestly, I have never understood you guys' pain when it came to you guys losing your grandmother, because I didn't understand how much that impacted her. Obviously, for me, it's like, I'm still here, but you guys were not used to me. You were used to your grandmother. So she didn't say I'm sorry. I was waiting for her to say I'm sorry. But I guess it's just difficult for her to directly say, I'm sorry. But I got the feeling that she is sorry that she didn't understand their pain in saying, in the fact that they had lost their grandmother, and be more understanding in that. She feels like she is open to doing whatever that needs to be done so that their relationship gets better between them. And yeah. I think the mother is just like, whatever that we need to do. But I think that the twins really do need their mom to say, you know what, I'm sorry. Because I think that when they were growing up in the house without, I don't know where the grandmother was at this point. I need clarity on that, you guys. Because there is a point where the twins say for their whole life they grew up with their grandmother until recently she passed. But then last week they did talk about certain at times their stepfather would tell them that they're not his kids and he's got his own kids. Now I'm thinking also, where were they having that contact with their grandfather, because with their stepfather, because they lived with their grandmother, or maybe it's times when they were visiting their mother. I'm not clear there. So I think maybe Umawabo was not aware what the stepfather was doing that, and the stepfather was saying those things to them. And I think that even if she was aware, I think they deserve, an apology, to say, you guys, I'm sorry that I didn't stop him from doing that to you guys, but it didn't happen. But yeah, guys, it was their first session. Seeing the psychologist, maybe the mom as well needs to get used to doing these sessions together. I hope they're not just doing these sessions because of the show, and maybe when the show ends they're not going to continue working on that relationship, because I really think that it could really help them a lot to continue doing the sessions with Sis Elsie. So now and then the twins conclude that they are still going to call their mom, because our mom is Mawabo. They call him Mrs. Vuiso. They say that can she please allow them to just call her Mrs. Vuiso until they feel like they are comfortable with her, and they can call her by the name mom. And she doesn't seem to have a problem with that, you guys. And then the next scene, yeah, this was a very unexpected scene because I don't even remember them discussing this. I don't remember just having a conversation with their kids. Remember last week, sister-in-law took the kids out on a date, which I thought was great that she still maintains that relationship with the kids. The kids seem to love her very much. She seems to love the kids. Obviously, she had a conversation with the kids, and some of the things that she said or she discussed with the kids, I didn't think that she said anything offensive, honestly. But apparently, some of the things that she said to the kids went back to their moms and told their moms. And then the twins are mad now. So they go to the sister in law's house and, hey, baby, diniwe. So they mabefika number one, they're saying it's okay, they want to know what's him. When the mabefika vele, the sister-in-law is like, okay, I just realized because they are mad about something, but I don't know what. But let me let me find out. And we were all just surprised with her because no conversation had taken place before that to indicate that someone is mad about something. It was like out of the blue. It was like out of the blue. Like someone didn't edit this one correctly because they could have gone back to them having a conversation with the kids so that they give us a little bit of a background before they go and see a sister-in-law. So it was just like, sister-in-law. I don't know if I missed the scene, guys. Maybe I did. So the sister-in-law then is like, oh, okay, they look mad. What's happening? They say to her, okay, number one, you took our kids out on a date and then you never called us after that to give us an update on how the date went. And I'm like, oh, okay, they made up on that. And I'm like, okay, that makes sense. If you took my child out, I guess I would want an update. Would I? Maybe, I was like, maybe I'm just not understanding. Maybe I would want an update. But then I guess what they were really mad about was the fact that the sister-in-law asked the kids if the kids would love to have their mother dates the same man again, if they would like for them to get a new father for them. The kids went back and told the twins are made about that. They're like, we understand that you don't like it, but that is not something that you should have discussed with the kids, and also you just need to stay out of that because it is none of your business. I don't know how I feel about this, you guys. Honestly, last week when the sister was talking to the kids, I didn't feel like she had any bad intentions. I did feel like maybe it was even something that was set up by the producers. Would please discuss this and this and this with the kids and then see how it goes. I also suspect that the kids didn't go back and tell them that. I think the producers went back and told them that, your sister-in-law had this conversation with the kids. But they were really mad about it, and it was weird, you guys, because here they are at their sister-in-law's house and they are busy screaming at her. At some point she was even crying. I was like, I wouldn't have that in my house. There is a point where she says, because she was feeling like, what, this is my house. She wanted to chase them out of the house, to be like, listen, if you're not gonna be, this is my house, so you're gonna be, we're gonna speak peacefully or you leave. But then she decided not to do that. At some point she cried because she didn't understand what is the point. The sister-in-law at the end insisted, what, I love my is it nieces when it's girls? Yeah. I love my nieces. She says she will do anything for the kids, no matter how tough the relationship is with their mothers. Because honestly, my babo, I don't want to use like a term engazi mhlawumbe umuntu umdiagnose medically, but banama-modes, like bayanama. It's like you would think banem and then the next thing, njengoba ngisho ukuthi baya-explode. The next thing ba-explodile on hand, this person is nice enough to take your kids out so that she maintains that relationship with them, even though their father doesn't do that. If she did something that you didn't like, go to her and speak to her maturely and say, you know what, next time I really just would appreciate that you don't have this conversation with the kids. But with them, they just had to, but promise boom, and yeah, but again, That's how it concluded, Ilokuzana. That if I was that sister, I would have a hard time, you guys. Taking the kids out again, or getting them to come and visit. I would just not deal with that. I would just not deal with that. I mean, in-law relationships are very complicated as it is, but if you have to deal with somebody that almost feels like they have a personality, whatever, complex. Yeah, anyways, I was saying that in-law relationships are complicated, you guys. So if you have to deal with somebody that acts like that and then have a complicated personality, it's like double trouble, honestly. So I don't know if the sister-in-law is going to be able to deal with it, but she is clear in saying that no matter what happens, she will try very hard to maintain a relationship with these kids because she loves them very much. So that was an episode for today. I do think that it had interesting elements. I did love that counseling session with her mom. I love how that goes. That how that went. I also just love the introduction of the sister-in-law. I hope that moving forward with the show, she is part of the show more, and they show us more of that relationship with the kids, because if we're just going to see the twins, then the show it really gonna be as boring as people say that it is. But I'm loving the show, Mina, guys. Okay, guys, that is our review for today. Please tell me what you think about this show, you guys. A lot of people say that they have a problem with their lifestyle. Nah, is it Angela? They fascinate me because if it's something that I've never seen before, it just interests me because I wanna see even more. Like it's like I'm curious to know what's going on. But anyway, I do understand people that say for them it's just too much, this thing of dating as a man, they just can't watch the show. Anyway, guys, please like the video before Pumegiona, and make sure that you share the video with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers. Nginithanda kakhulu.